NYPA, it's time to start the show, so search for the squad and listen out for the promo with the West Wild Spitter spinners weather to a chokehold. Make it unfold, 5 o'clock. Who gives a damn of what your man to say? We spittin' live wireless, leave them shot with the gamma ray. Ain't no runner-up, cause it ain't the closest to candidate. I fly so deep and you draw like Japanese anime. It's just us and the rest, news off the hottest press. Kyle Holt and Philly West, reppin' with the legends, classic interview session, politics, sports segment, live phone, call up a question, it's the NYPA 95 connection, real people, ain't no scripted cue card for direction, just team on their grind time till it's all perfection, throw it past the satellite so you can catch reception, so touch ground with us, we kill challenges, and murder it for every number on your calendars, from west to the boogie down the Greyhound in this, we Google Spot, Anchor Podcast, pocket this.
Hi there. Welcome to another episode of NYPA Entertainment Radio, right here on Riverside.fm, or of course on YouTube and Spotify and so forth. And remember to press the subscribe button on YouTube and I think even on Spotify to get notifications for new episodes of NYPA Entertainment Radio, the final season. So again, thank you for joining me today. I'm going to jump right into it because I have a lot to get into. That I came across that I want to discuss. Let me see. I should have this already prepared, y'all. What's wrong with me? But it's a lot. It's a lot. All right. It's a lot. I don't even know where to start. I'm going to start with this one. All right. Pull this up here. 50 Cent clowns Beyonce over allegedly low concert ticket sales. 50 Cent is taking aim at Beyonce as her Cowboy Carter tour reportedly struggles to sell tickets. It was originally reported by TMZ that the pop icon's opening night concert in SoFi Stadium, Los Angeles, California, still had thousands of seats unsold in the hours before the big was due to take place. 50 Cent caught wind of the report and decided to throw a little shade in the direction of Bey. On Instagram, besides a screenshot of the news, the combative rap legend wrote, quote, "Shit getting real out here. Hey, those tickets ain't selling. Question mark. The Cowboy Carter tour is a complete stadium affair, and if the opening night is anything to go by, fans should not expect to hear too many classic hits, as Queen Bee performed almost exclusively material from her latest country-inspired album. Bey is yet to respond to 50's taunt about her sales numbers, but her husband Jay-Z has been a frequent target of his fellow New Yorkers' ire. 50 Cent also claimed that Jay did not want him to perform at the Super Bowl in 2022 when he joined Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, and Mary J. Blige at the landmark event. Sitting down with an interview with Cameron on his show, 50 said, "This is why I was saying I knew that what old boy was doing with the Super Bowl, because he was doing some slick shit. He was doing some wild shit, Cam. He was saying to M that the NFL had an issue with me, and I'm like, well, what's the issue? Why don't they have an issue when I'm becoming a partner with the actual teams, but they have an issue with my actual performance? It makes no sense." 50 also appeared to take some joy in Jay-Z's legal troubles over the last year when he, along with Diddy, was sued by an anonymous woman for rape. Was sued by an anonymous woman for rape, though she did later drop the case after discrepancies in her testimony came to light. Jay-Z never responded to 50 Cent's frequent social media taunts and vehemently denied being involved in the sexual assault. Here's my thing, and I brought this up before. 50 Cent is mad talented, man. I love his work raising Kanan, being the voiceover, producing BMF, and a lot of his songs. The guy's a brilliant businessman. What always struck a nerve with me with him is he loves to kick you when you're allegedly down or appear to be falling or whatever. He loves taking shots. He's what I just said last week. He's one of the crabs in the barrel. He doesn't never. To me, I don't know about behind the scenes, but publicly, he just takes stabs at somebody. He targeted Beyonce for what reason? You know what I mean? Like, why would you go after her? What did she do to you? Maybe just something that we don't know about or I don't know about. It just doesn't make any sense. But he seems like if you get in a situation, he's the first one to laugh, giggle, and point at you. And it's like, what's your end game? Why are you making fun of that? Or why are you making a slick comment? Um, in my opinion, I think it would be better. Like, why don't you be like, yo, go check out my girl Bay? This isn't or something. Don't pull your pants down with your dick out and piss on the situation and laugh and point because it makes us all look bad. Again, crabs in the barrel. I said this last week. We don't help each other. I mean, as a culture, we are quick, civilian like, and celebrity like to love to pull each other down. Uh, Going after Jay with the whole now this is serious. Now if he did something about the Super Bowl thing, that's one thing. But to make fun of being accused of alleged rape, that's something I would think he would stay away from. Like, yo, that's some serious shit. But he make fun of that because he doesn't care, and that's one thing that turns me off from him. It just is. I know and knew cats like this who just for some reason they they get their balls and dick hard off of people just fucking up in the world. They love it and they want to attack you and it gets them off and they just gets them off. They just love that shit for whatever reason they do. And it's like, dude, why are you attacking this person? That one, if they do anything to you. Now the Super Bowl thing, I don't know about. Maybe Jay did, maybe not. My thing is more so how he went after Beyonce, and it's like, what's the reason for that? Shit's getting real out here. Like, just let it go. Yeah, the old adage: if you don't have nothing to say, you don't have nothing to say good. Don't say nothing at all. Just like keep it moving. It's just I don't know. Like, why does that thrill you? What makes you like why does that bring you joy? You would want her to sell out. You would want to maybe help her because it may help each other. It's not what I mean, some money out there for everyone. But he has a history of just attacking people. I remember when the show Empire came out and Empire and Power came out at the same time. And he went after Empire and he was like, "Oh, you're trying to be like us." And this is in Empire and Power are two different things. The only thing they had in common, it was just African American leads. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much it. With two different type of stories per se. Maybe with Terrence Howard Carey used to be a drug dealer and became head of Empire Records and then goes, but still, it's one of those things where you should go support, like, yo, check out Power, check out Empire, we doing big things, people are cut, whatever. Instead, he's just like, F them over there, it's all about me over here. And I think, and that's my opinion. That's how I see it. Like I said, talented dude. I'm a fan of his with some of his music and the shows, but that gets under my skin where he just goes after someone. And it's like, why are you going? Is there a story behind this? Like, what did she? Maybe there is. Maybe she did something to him. Maybe she said something about him. Maybe whatever. Who knows? But I just seen the constant trait from him when he just attacks you when you appear to be weak or vulnerable or something happens. He tends to just he tends to go after you, and I don't understand that. I just don't understand why he does that. I really don't. Well, a lot of people do. He ain't the only one. A lot of people do. I just don't get that at all. Let's see what I got. What else? I have a. I may have. Let me pull this. I think might have a Kanye double bubble or triple bubble or Kanye something. It ain't gonna be as bad as the last week. I don't think so. I ain't. Um, but it's kind of interesting. Here's an interesting Kanye story. Kanye West and Bianca Cesori, his wife, is to sue Beverly Hills dentist for getting rapper hooked on nitrous gas. I'll get it out. Yeah, yeah. Nitrous gas. Nitrous. Sorry. I can read the Phillips school system kind of failed me in some ways, but that's another story. Kanye West and his wife Bianca Cesori are planning to sue the Beverly Hills dentist, claiming he got the rapper hooked to nitrous gas. According to press release obtained by this article, the gold digger rapper and the Australian model served renowned dentist Dr. Thomas Connolly with a notice on Wednesday informing him of their plans to sue him for medical malpractice, gross negligence, fraud, exploitation, reckless administration of controlled and uncontrolled substances, and more. Wow, that's a mouthful for me to read. The press release states that in spring of 2024, the self-proclaimed father of diamond dentistry allegedly attempted to seize control of the Grammys winner's global music and fashion brand Yeezy LLC while, quote, incapacitating its principal, Ye, with a cocktail of controlled and uncontrolled substances, unquote. I'm getting frustrated because they're making me read these big words. Connolly allegedly charged West, who is now goes by Ye, $50,000 a month for nitrous gas alone, per the press release. Ye and Cesori, who wedded December 22, claimed Connolly alleged crimes resulted in injuries and damages that include neurological and physical injury to West, in addition to psychological and emotional trauma, chemical dependency, which required treatment, financial harm, and economic losses and loss of consortiums. Somebody keeps texting me while I'm on camera, and I don't know why. And I just threw the phone over there. Per California law, a formal notification has to be served to defendants 90 days before they can be sued for medical malpractice. The public was first informed that West 47 was allegedly addicted to nitrous oxide last August by his rep Milo Yiannopoulos. Connolly got Ye hooked in nitrous laughing gas, which is laughing gas. It is my belief that Connolly sought to diminish Ye's mental faculties so that Connolly and his business associates could extract millions of dollars from him. Let me try to understand what the hell I just read. I saw those big words that are making me think when I'm doing this show. So the evil Dr. Connolly, making him sound like he's a Marvel villain, decided I'm going to go after Ye in millions of dollars, and I'm going to gas him up and make him laugh real hard that he signs over millions and millions of dollars to me. Yeah, okay, well, that sounds far fetched. That he used laughing gas to to go after his millions. And again, forget that. Not a Marvel villain, DC villain, the Joker, to extract millions of dollars. That sounds preposterous. And he got him hooked to it. So he got him hooked. So does that mean that Kanye's an addict that went to buy nitrous gas from places because he likes to laugh and likes the way it feels because they got him hooked to it. Got him hooked. mean you are addicted. You want it. You need it. You gotta have the taste for it. You go out for it. You got him hooked. So it can't be every time he goes there, he screams for it. If you hooked on something, in my opinion, folks, is my opinion, you will want it. You will want it all the time. So I'm led to believe, from what the article said, maybe I'm wrong. Y'all can correct me in the comments and or whatever, that he got addicted to laughing gas, and they're suing him because he has to have it all the time. Now, they didn't say that. They said he was hooked. They got him hooked to nitrogen gas. They said they got him hooked to it. You know what I mean? So I'm taking hooked as being like I'm addicted. You know, they got him hooked on it. Maybe I'm reading it wrong, but my definition being hooked, like, he hooked on that shit. Well, where I come from, we say he hooked on something. They're addicted to something. They're an addict or something. They gotta have it fiending for it. So is he fiending for laughing gas? And then the plot of this Dr. Connolly making him laugh so hard that while he's laughing, they slide like contracts under Kanye. Kanye, you sign this one, okay, man? Ha ha! No, that doesn't sound right. We gotta see where this goes, because this sounds preposterous to me. It just sounds weird. And again, it could be me not reading it correctly or understanding it correctly, but that's the gist of it. You know, from what I read, it was like, so they got him hooked on it. Interesting, very interesting. Some weird shit, but it's Kanye West. What else do you expect? Some weird shit. All right, I got couple more. I actually got two more. It's not a double bubble. It's a triple bubble. It's not a word, but double bubble sounds better. So anyway, staying with Kanye. Kanye West confirms Donda 3 was taken down after producers are coming after him. Let me back up. There's another article I wanted to read prior to that, and kind of go with each other. So Kanye West dropped Donda 2 on streaming for the first time. Then leads to the second one. They're kind of complimentary articles. So Kanye West officially released Donda 2 on streaming platforms for the first time after the album was available through his stem player. The project really arrived in February 2022, but West shunned a traditional release, and fans can only listen to the album if they bought a stem player. The 18-track album is available on Spotify, on YouTube Music, but has yet to be made available on Apple Music. It is also notable that the album has not been released through West's own Spotify page, but instead through yet another new profile simply titled Donda. The album largely remains the same from the version that could be heard from the stem player. However, there are some notable differences. West's controversial collaboration with the game titled Easy has been axed completely from the album, while there is a new joint with Future on the project called Mr. Miyagi, which also features vocal from Playboy Cardi. 530 also appeared on Ty Dolla $ign joint project Vultures 2 in a relatively unfinished state, but the song has been tied up by West for Donda 2. Other artists to feature on Donda 2 include Travis Scott, Jack Harlow, Extension, Baby Keem, and Alicia Keys. West also kept the same network from the initial drop on the stem player, which features a picture of the rapper's childhood home on fire. Okay, let me read that again because that just caught me off guard. West also kept the same artwork from the initial drop on his stem player, which features a picture of the rapper's childhood home on fire. I did read that correctly. I'm not falling asleep on camera. I did. Okay. All right. Okay. Kim Kardashian's voice also remains on the project despite the very public issues between the former couple. She can be heard on Skiffy, where she says, "I married the best rapper of all time. Not only that, he's the richest black man in America, a talented, legit genius who gave me 4 incredible kids." The quotes are from time Kim Kardashian hosted Saturday Night Live in 2001. In recent weeks, West has appeared in gearing up to release a prolific album of music. He dropped the visual album Bully and has since teased a controversial follow-up titled WW3 since titled Cuck, which features songs like Hail Hitler and Cosby. I will read again for you in case you driving or you doing something you miss what the hell I said. He dropped a visual album Bully and has since teased a controversial follow-up titled WW3 since retitled Cuck, like fuck Cuck CUK, which features songs titled Heil Hitler and Cosby. The artwork for the potential album also features two people dressed in Ku Klux Klan outfits, locked in a warm embrace. You know, it's never a dull moment when I read something about Kanye West. Never a dull moment at all. It's never a dull moment. Um, you know, I want to say something. There's a comment I was reading where his ex-wife said, and I think I do remember her saying a statement that I married the richest black man. That part I don't like. Just say I married one of the richest men, not black. Like, why you got to put a color on it? Just say he's a rich man. Well, you got to be. Does it make a difference? That you got to say? Because I don't hear people say, "Oh, well, yeah, I married one of the richest white men." No, he's a human being. You say, "Yeah, I'm one of the richest men," or for one of the richest men in the world. Not black. We all know Kanye West is black. So the fact that you got to emphasize that he's black, that he's one of the richest men in the world, and he's black, like we already know who he is. We know he's black. Why you got to put his color in there? It doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. We know who Kanye West is. You got to remind us that he's black. This is one of the richest men in the world. We all know who you dating at the time or you married to. That right there just rubbed me the wrong way. What else rubbed me the wrong way is what, and I just had a conversation with someone about him the other day, is, again, I'm no doctor, and I'm not here to be like, oh, he said this, and this. And I do know controversy creates cash. And sometimes some things get a little too controversial, and the cash kind of not really happen because nobody wants to touch them. But it's the things he do, like showing pictures of his house being on fire, showing two KKK members in a warm embrace, hugging. That's some weird shit. And your tongue's wagging, got my tongue wagging. I'm talking about it on my show. And it's just, again, what's your end game? And I get it, but there's other ways. Like, and I say, you can get tongues wagging, but there's other ways of doing it. Sometimes he goes a little too out there, and some people might not get it. Some may get it, a lot don't get it. And I think in that situation, it hurts more than help the situation, because they're like, look at this guy, he's got the KKK members embracing, and this is and this. I don't know. Sorry, straighten the camera up. Straighten the camera. I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe it's not for me to get. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just some interesting stuff right there with him. But I'm not done. Because related to the Donda thing, like I said, Donda 2 was taken down because producers are coming after him. He confirms they're coming after him. So Kanye West says that Donda 2 is going to be taken down from streaming services after finally releasing the project by surprise this past week. Until then, the 2022 album has only been through the STEM player. Taken to X, formerly known as Twitter, This past Thursday morning, West explained that some of the producers on the project claimed that he never paid them for their work. Quote, Freemaiden tried to charge me $3 million for these beats from people I show how to make beats to. Now he's going to take down to two. Down to two managers, he wrote with a shrugging emoji. With the post, he shared a text from someone who writes that their lawyers are working on getting the album taken down as soon as possible. We did not and do not consent to the usage of any of our work for Donda 2 or any Ye projects, they wrote. Kanye explained his decision to release Donda on streaming services while live with Twitch stream Neon. In the clip of their discussion circulating on social media, West said that he's completely independent. This is 100% independent. We in our own studios, our own producers, he said. From there, he explained that being independent allows him to release music much more frequently. He plans to drop an album every month and every month or so going forward. And then, of course, it says it dropped back in February 2022, and it pretty much repeats what I said in terms of who was on the album with him. Here's the thing. I'm not saying that I do know much about the music industry. I know enough, at least I know business, or how I will conduct business. As far as I know, you get paid for a service. And this is about 3 years ago, maybe even a little bit more. It dropped in February 2022, but it could have been made in 21 and just dropped finally in 22. And I believe in you pay for your services, or you get paid for your services. And if you're a producer and you did not sign a contract or something that states that he's going to pay you X amount of dollars, then you're a fool. It's a business. Not a handshake deal, not because we boys or because you're this. No, it's business. I went in a contract. My lawyers read over it. You're going to pay me for the beats that I make, so we don't have to go through this bull crap of yo, you owe me money from the tracks that I never got paid. How is this getting by? How are you not getting paid? Why are you not getting paid? Why are you letting shit get released and it takes years? Isn't there a contract involved? Because there's no way in the world a handshake deal or just yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm gonna pay you. Whatever. You're supposed to pay them. If he did or didn't, I don't know. But it sounds like a lot of cats are coming after him saying he didn't pay, and they're playing it. And he's like, well, we in our own studios. I can do whatever I want. Nah, man. You're gonna sign this contract, and if you don't agree to the terms, then I can take my talent somewhere else. Because one cat charged up to $3 million. You best believe I want a contract. Let me see. It says Freemaiden tried to charge him $3 million for these beats from people I show how to make beats. Well, he tried. He explained when he tried. So did he try to charge you after the fact or before the fact, and you just I'm Kanye, I do what I want, and then ran away from him and ran to your rat hole and hid from him? I don't know, because if I'm charging someone for my services, best believe is in black and white. Especially something like this, something the amount of money that I know is $3 million. It could be $3, but if my services, best believe I want to get paid for my services, or I'm not going to wait years later to go to court. Fuck that. As soon as my services is done and I don't get paid, I'm going to quit right away. Not waiting until it drops. I don't know. Like I said, maybe it's a different something I'm missing in the music industry. I don't know. That part I don't understand, but it's confusing because it's a lot of that's a whole lot of money right there that's not being paid for someone's talent and their hard work. So I'm a little confused by that. If you charging that much, you better pay me half up front or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't get that part. I really don't understand that. It's weird. It's just this again. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me, folks. Who knows? Moving on. Let's see what else I got. I got one. Got a nice Snoop Dogg. What the fuck? Okay. Snoop Dogg's spiritual new career update is about his mom. God is good. We all know God is good all the time. Whatever higher power you believe in is good all the time. Still in the Easter spirit, Snoop Dogg has just the album for you. On April 27th, the former The Voice coach will release his, or has released because it was past that date, his second album of gospel music titled Altar Call, and both the date and cover art have a very special meaning. The album art on Altar Call depicts a hand depicts a hand fan with a picture of Snoop's mom, Beverly Tate, on it. Tate passed away in 2021, but the album's release date would have been her 74th birthday. The track list to suggest this album is in her honor, with titles like Grandma's Hands featuring Jamie Foxx and Mother I Miss You featuring Joe P. Key. In Snoop's Instagram video announcing the album, he also introduced the Death Row Mass Choir, a new vocal group for the company Death Row Records. God is good. The Drop It Like a Hot rapper told fans. The rapper released his first gospel album, Bible of Love, in 2018, and called Altar Call another chapter out of the Bible of Love. In a conversation with OK Player, the spirit of my mother will forever live within me, he told the outlet. This album is a reflection of what she has taught me, to use my voice and my platform to spread love and heal the world. And there's a lot more Snoop. A lot more Snoop heading our way. Death Row Records just inked an overall deal with NBC Universal, meaning the two companies will collaborate on movies and more, including Snoop's return to The Voice for season 28. Anyone brave enough to audition with a song from Altar Call, as it says right there. Um, that's dope. Talk about going out of it. Talk about thinking out of the box and doing gospel albums. That's kind of cool, right there. I don't think there's too many N words and blunt references on that one. I doubt there is. I don't think he's calling the Lord above, was up big N word or anything like that. I doubt that. But I kind of reading it in my mind, I chuckled at the choir, the Death Row Mass Choir. And it's just like the death. It's like it just that kind of doesn't go together. The Death Row Mass Choir, and it's like I just just like I just picture you about to walk that row to go into the chair. You got a choir singing hymns from the Lord as you about to go meet your Maker. The Death Row Mass Choir. That's dope, but you got to think out of the box, and that's a good different stream of revenue coming in. You're going after the gospel. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the hip hop Christian music, which is a huge thing. Because there's a lot I've been noticing online. There's and it's very funny, like Christian comedy, like religious comedy. And it's funny because it's clean, but it's really really funny. It's not all about God. It's about God, but they do make biblical jokes and stuff. But it's funny as hell, like belly laugh funny, and it proves that you don't have to curse or say the N word or whatever the case may be. And I think this is kind of cool with Snoop, man. This is a different stream of revenue, and I said on the show, different streams of revenue is dope. In doing a gospel album, that's cool. You get some great artists and you sing on it, and you don't always have to be hip hop and R&B. It can be gospel. You can go to Death Row Jazz. You can do rock and metal or something like that. So that's cool, man. Different streams of revenue, different genres, because you have, a lot of people like a lot of different things. And I think it's doing a little global thing and working with NBC Universal It opens up a lot of doors. So kudos to him, man. Keep doing what you got to do. We need more of that. And this goes back to what I'm saying. Like him, 50 Cent also, Jay-Z, big up each other. Let's not wait till you see a wrinkle in their, a cheek in their armor where you're like, you about to crack, Nah, man, come together. We need to be more together. We need to be bonded. We need to build more businesses, be more behind the scenes, and help each other out. You don't need to be crabs in the barrel, man. You see someone falter and pull them to the side. Like, yo, what can I do? Let's join forces. Let's do this. Blah, 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 blah. We need more of that. We don't have a lot of that. We barely have that. At the end of the day, we need more of that. Period. So kudos to Snoop Dogg and the Snoop Dogg Death Row Mass Choir. Hallelujah. I got something Snoop Dogg related. My man, the G Child, which my best friend Mike used to call me the G Child because my last name is Graham. Warren G misses hanging out with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. He misses Touch My Heart also. Warren G misses hanging out with Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. Quote, just call me to be around. Oh. Warren G has shared that he doesn't get to hang out with his stepbrother, Dr. Dre, and childhood friend Snoop Dogg like he used to, and he misses it. Now, ironically, the reason why I say Snoop Dogg is from Warren G. Let me stop. Let me do a quick before I forget. Years ago, there was this movie called The Show back in '95, and the show was like behind. It was like a behind the scenes look at hip hop, like artists. Like it was Wu-Tang, it was Warren G. It was a lot West Coast, East Coast, and it was Warren G. Warren G was like red hot in the '90s. At the time, he was red hot, and he was in the room just smoking weed, and some guy, I don't know who it was, says called Warren G, another guy Snoop Dogg, and Snoop Dogg wasn't even there. So Warren G's like, Snoop Dogg, what the fuck? Because he's not there. So when I say that, I hear Warren G's voice. So ironically, that's where I got it from. It was him saying, Snoop Dogg, what the fuck? Because he wasn't in the room. It was like everybody was smoking weed, and the guy randomly just said, it was Snoop Dogg. And he wasn't even in the room. And so Warren G's like, Snoop Dogg, what the fuck? Because that's how high he was. It was like a big thing. But the movie's called The Show. Back in the 90s, go check it out. I think it came out in 95 or 96. And it was like one of the first, like, kind of documentary, like was happening in hip hop. And again, at the time, they focused on Warren G, they focused on Wu-Tang. And in that movie with Wu-Tang Clan was actually arguing with each other, like in a real argument. Like, this is like arguing, which was kind of cool. Like, they actually, like, a couple members are arguing, other members is like, oh, here we go again. And it was real cool. You gotta check it out. It's called The Show. And dope ass soundtrack, too. There's a dope ass soundtrack. But let me continue with the article with Warren G missing his stepbrother and Snoop Dogg. So, doing a recent episode of another show, I ain't gonna give it props. The West Coast rapper producer discussed his relationship with the pair and his early role in their careers. Quote, Snoop and Dre get down, and they doing things, he said, highlighting their busy schedules. And it's no diss to neither one of them or anything like that. But it's like, y'all could call Warren to come do a cameo or come hang out or something. I don't want no money or nothing from nobody. Just call me to be around. Warren was then asked about whether or not Dre Snoop hooked him up with the Super Bowl 40, was it Super Bowl 46, 56, whatever, ticket. I can't remember Roman numerals. When they co-headlined the halftime show alongside Mary J, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, and 50 Cent, explaining that Snoop invited him to the Super Bowl. While he enjoyed the experience, he really wanted an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour for his son and Dr. Dre's step-nephew, football cornerback Elijah Griffin. And it continues. I was trying to go downstairs to get down in the back because I had my son with me and he was home from the NFL. So I was like, I'm going to take my son down there so he could see Dre and see Snoop and everybody. Won't recall because he hadn't seen him since he was since he was in the NFL. So I couldn't even get backstage. I called everybody I knew. Nobody could answer their phones. I couldn't get backstage. None of that. I didn't give a fuck about performing. I just wanted to take my son down there to see all my folks and see everybody. The regulate hitmaker made it clear that he didn't care about performing, and that his request was more to do with giving his son an experience he'll never forget. Um, the conversation then turned to the time Warren G demanded former Death Row record CEO Suge Knight during a fight in West Hollywood. I heard about that. Let's read about that. On the subject of the Super Bowl, Dr. Dre Snoop Dogg was recently asked about Lil Wayne's disappointment reaction not being chosen to perform. Let me back up. Okay. Let me see. I think I jumped into something else. Yeah, never mind. Forget that part. They went on to something else. All right, forget that. So it just ends with that. I do remember Warren. Do remember a story that Warren G did try to fight Suge Knight doing a night in West Hollywood. I heard glimpses. I think he told that. I seen it somewhere. He stood up to him. I don't think they did, but he stood up to him. I took a lot of balls back then because Suge wasn't going to fight you. He's going to get your goons to fucking stop your lights out. But he stood up to him. You know, sometimes you got to stand up to the bully just to get enough is enough. But let me back up. The heart of the article is that stepbrother, one of his best friends he grew up with, he's not around anymore now. I'm sure there's different sides to every story. There's their side, his side, everyone collectively together. 1, 2, 3. Somewhere in the middle is the truth, right? Um, so I'm sure there's there's more to that. But I would, it would be kind of cool to see Warren G rap again with Snoop Dogg, and he part of 213 with late great Nate Dogg, who left us way too soon. And it would have been dope if he did perform, even though he said it wasn't about that. He is one of the West Coast legends. He's a hip hop legend. Regulate and man, my God, others. I'm drawing a blank on other songs that Warren G was on with Nate Dogg, and he got a smooth sound with him. So that would make what we did perform. But it sounds kind of like, man, just call me. I just want to be around. Like, all right, like I get how you feel, but don't sound, don't grovel in public. Like, come on, man, don't do that. That's not a good look. You grovel behind the scenes and cry in your pillow at night, but you don't make it public. You don't let everybody know you do that. Just, that's my opinion. Get out of it another way. You begging them. Like, you got to beg them. Hey, I want to hang out. Don't do that. Don't do that. Feel what you want to feel, but that's not, you're the G child. Your G child don't grovel in public. You grovel in private. You cry your pillow in private when no one can hear it. The muffled cries and, the tear-stained pillow sheets, You don't do it publicly. Moving on. Outkast will be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I was going to say statement first, but I'm going to read it, then I'm going to say something about the Hall of Fame. Outkast will be among the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees later this year. The iconic rap duo are set to be part of the class of 2025 alongside the likes of the White Stripes, Cyndi Lauper, and Soundgarden. They will also be the first rap duo to enter the hall after Eric B. and Rakim were passed over last year. Damn. Mariah Carey was among the artists who made the short list but were not selected for nominations for this year. Pioneering hip hop group Salt and Pepper also set to be inducted as part of the separated musical influences category. Big Boy commented on the honor on his Instagram, writing, "Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the last Infinity Stone of the Thanos glove. Outkast is everlasting. It is not yet known if Outkast will reunite for the induction ceremony, which is scheduled to take place on November 8th and be streamed on Disney Plus. If the duo do get together, it will be the first time they have shared a stage in more than a decade following the conclusion of their festival reunion tour in 2014. Hip hop has historically been unrepresented in the Hall of Fame, sparkling debates about the genre's inclusion. Last year, my favorite group of all time, A Tribe Called Quest, was inducted into the Hall of Fame by Dave Chappelle, with Q-Tip also delivering an emotional speech at the ceremony. Quote, "This is crazy. I'm going to have a preamble perform before I read. And part of the preamble is that it's just not an honor. It's just an honor to be here with the fellow inductees." He said, "There's so many people for us to thank that we're probably going to post all the names on IG. So stay tuned, because if I say everybody's name up here, it would be ridiculous." Tip went on to thank each of the crew members' families before getting choked up, as he added, "I'm about to get choked up. Rest in peace to our brother Fife Dog. I wish you were here." At which point he took a step away from the mic and to gather himself. My favorite member, Fife Dog, also. Other hip hop artists in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame include Jay-Z, Tupac, Biggie, and Missy Elliott. My issue is that it should not be called the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I've been saying this for years. It should be called the Music Hall of Fame, because they have different genres in there. Rock and roll is a genre. It's not. It's a genre. And it kills me because you have R&B, you have funk, you have all these different artists that are in the Hall of Fame from, like I said, different genres, and it's called rock and roll. It should just, in my opinion, should just be called the Music Hall of Fame. It just doesn't fit. It really does not fit, because again, rock and roll is a genre, hip hop is a genre, jazz, R&B, funk, soul, country, like it is. It's a genre. Country and Western, the country they have their own Hall of Fame. Hip hop is their own Hall of Fame. It's a genre. Rock and roll is a genre. It is, but it's the end all be all, and I get that. But again, I still think it should be the Music Hall of Fame. Period. Now, it's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because they say rock and roll was discovered or based out of Cleveland. That's where it's at, Cleveland, Ohio. But again, it should still be the Music Hall of Fame. But nevertheless, I'm happy that Outkast is there to be part of it. Salt-N-Pepa should have been already in there, but that's dope to have. And I didn't know Eric B. and Rakim was passed up on it, which a lot of this stuff with the votes is bullshit. At the end of the day, it's bullshit. It's all bullshit. But hopefully they can share the stage together. I think a lot of people would love to see that. Now they're not gonna perform. Nah, people perform for them. Using an honor, which I don't like. I don't like when the artist is still alive, even I don't even like when they're dead, where people do tribute songs to them and they screw that shit up. They don't even sound right. They don't sound good. I don't care who you are, it just don't sound right. But that's dope, man. One of my favorite groups is duos, is Outkast. So for them to get a nice little feather in their cap that they're getting their balloons and being honored at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I remember last year I seen the Q-Tip speech online. That got me choked up because my favorite member of the group was Fife Dog. And gone too soon. And like I said, it's just, I don't care what anyone says. When a certain member, a key member, passes on, it's they could go. The other remaining members can make music, but it just won't be the same to me, because you're missing that key ingredient, that key element. And I feel that way. Like Tribe, if they ever decided to, even though this is their final album, they wanted to, can't do without Fife. Fife voice, he's like there. Him and Q-Tip back and forth, and sprinkling from time to time Jerobi. Yeah, and it was one time, and I don't know if I said this story, but it was right before, might have been, and this was said at Fife's funeral, that Dre was at the podium, and he said there was a real serious discussion of the Outkast and a Tribe Called Quest album. And I remember when he said it, the whole congregation was in the church gasped like the possibility. And Dre was like, right, Tip? Tip was like, yeah. It was like came close, like, man, an Outkast and a Tribe Called Quest album, my God. Like, geez Louise. Like, Phife and Big Boy on the track together, like, alone. Like, oh my God. So many ways to slice and dice that shit. But yeah, it was, that would have been dope. And unfortunately, we would never have that. But again, kudos to Outkast and others getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. I just feel weird saying the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because of the genre of music that is part of. I just find that weird. It's just me though. It's just me. All right, what else I have? I have. Let's see. No, I don't do that one. I'll do that. I'll do. Yeah, I'll do this one. Megan Thee Stallion says she's building her own location of this popular fried chicken chain. Fried chicken, black people. Megan Thee Stallion announces she's building her own Popeyes store from scratch and showcasing an active construction site. An active construction site in a new video on social media. This past Tuesday, Meg hopped on Instagram wearing a yellow hard hat to announce she was constructing her own Popeyes location. In a video on social media, she wandered around her new store, which she admitted was just no no pun intended, just bones at the moment. But I'm saying no pun intended because that's just bones at the moment. But said it would be open in a few months. She also gave her fans a preview of her new hottie sauce that will be available at her store before taking some poses with the orange Megan Thee Stallion theme fire extinguisher. This isn't the first time Meg has linked with the fast food chain. 2021, the Texas rapper joined forces with Popeyes to release her then limited edition hottie sauce with combined cider vinegar, Alpo pepper, and honey. Ooh. To that. To her. To her. To that. See, different faces? To her. To that. There's a difference there. It was that partnership that inspired the restaurant to approve Megan to become a Popeyes owner. Quote, I'm appreciative of Popeyes' commitment to empowering black women and look forward to opening Popeyes restaurants, Megan Thee Stallion said in a statement at the time. Teaming up with Popeyes is such a milestone in my journey and evolution as an entrepreneur. I've always been a fan of the Popeyes brand, and I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to join the brand and help create the new Megan Thee Stallion hottie sauce for their lineup. While there is no official opening date at this point, Meg promised on Instagram her store will open this summer. Quote, this about to be the illest Popeyes ever, she promised. Look, I'm sorry. I'm kind of got starry eyed looking at a picture of her. Eventually, I'm gonna have pictures up here, but I gotta see what like YouTube's policy is because they all strict about shit. But yeah, because the chicken she eating going in all the right places. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, again, different streams of revenue. Businesswoman. She found her. She got a restaurant. She's going to put it in Houston and probably all throughout Houston. That's dope. Different streams of revenue. Because sometimes that, the music is funny, and you're hot, then you're not. But you could go into acting. You got fashion. You got real estate. You got all different types of things you invest your money in. I think that's very smart. And that she's part of the Popeyes franchise and owner. That's dope, man. You know what I mean? Different streams of revenue. And I think she's gonna make a killing there in her hometown. And the very first one, it's gonna be dope. That's gonna be cool, man. It's I think good for her fine ass. Different streams of revenue, entrepreneurship, money. That's what I'm talking about. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right. Well, that's my time as I close out here at NYPA Entertainment Radio. About to wrap things up. I have, I'm sure. Yeah, yeah. Wrap things up here. Eventually, like I said, I will expand to 2 hours and go live in the whole nine. But right now, just start for an hour, little baby steps doing this. And I appreciate you taking the time out. Let me entertain you for this week. And again, press the subscribe button on YouTube and Spotify and other platforms that come to get the audio and or video of NYPA Entertainment Radio, the final season. Don't forget, Who is Kyle Graham will be coming to a platform near you in 2026. Thanks again. I can't play the outro. Can't do that because YouTube is a bunch of punks. And they're like, you sampling, and it's clearly not like doing it for profit. I'm just telling everybody the show's over and blah, 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 blah. And then they'll get mad. So, like last week, I'll press it, it'll clap, you'll see the logo, and then that's it. I have to come up with an original outro, so I have to work on that. If not for this show, maybe for the next one. So, don't be offended if it goes start fade to black and see the logo. That's what happens. But again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, be safe, stay focused. Believe whatever higher power you believe in. Take it day by day. Everything's going to be all right. And that's it. Hey, another thing also. You can get at me on Instagram at NYPA INT Radio, at NYPA INT Radio, or ENT Radio, there, Facebook, Kyle Graham, comments or anything like that. Get at me at NYPA Entertainment at gmail.com for comments, questions, concerns, whatever. Appreciate you. Everyone, I'm about to fade to black. Hear the applause. No outro, but stay safe. I'll get with you. Thanks again for joining me in this week's episode of NYPA Entertainment Radio. Have a good week. I'll see you soon.